and then I could see something moving on. Now there was a road, dirt road running up down there where I was sitting. I could see something moving on the other side there. So first time, I never did it before. I was taught, not now I can't remember what it was, but anyhow, who goes there?
Yeah.
Whoever's advanced and be recognized. And about that time, they
started shooting at you.
How they ever missed me, I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyhow, that woke me up, and I took the machine gun and started shooting across there, and I hit one of them.
Uh-huh.
Hit him right in the belly, and there was a little hole in his belly, but there was a whole lot bigger round going out of his back.
Ooh, okay.
But, of course, I didn't know that at the time.
Uh-huh.
When he went down right in the middle of the road there. All he was doing, he was hollering one word. It was something for medicine, medical.
Okay.
I know what the word is, but I can't think of it now.
Okay.
But he was yelling this word out,
Uh-huh.
And at that time, I seen 4 or 5 more Germans running across a long, big field crossing the other side of that road.
Yeah.
I couldn't pull that trigger again.
Oh.
I left them go. There was 4 or 5 of them.
Right.
But this is stuff that
you
the
remember.
first day I was in
right.
combat.
How old were you?
How old was I?
Yeah.
20.
You were 20.
Yeah, I was 20 when I went into the Army.
Okay.
In fact, when I married your grandmother, I had to have my dad go with me to get my marriage license.
Because you weren't old enough.
She was already 21. she got her own license.
All right, I know. That's funny.
These are things that
good old days.
I could talk about.
Well, see, and you were worried about speaking about it.
Well,
you were worried about speaking, but it just comes naturally when you don't worry about it.
If I was speaking to the Kiwanis,
yeah,
I wouldn't have brought this kind of stuff.
Oh, okay, I gotcha. But I think that's interesting to know. Even though I know you don't like to talk about it.
Now, after that, and while we were still in that place there, they were shooting, shelling us.
Yeah.
Well, one of the trucks had got a hole in the radiator, and I was working on that the day after this. I got down off of there to go and get something, and a shell come in. Now, before that, one of my other soldiers with me, I can't even remember his name, but I know the guy. He dug a trench, put a tent over top of it, and that's where he was, because these shells were coming in all over the place.
Right.
Well, I was working on this tractor up over the top of it, working down there, trying to repair this radiator. And then I got down off it to go and get something. When I went down through, a shell come in, tore his ribbon, or his tent to ribbons, went right through the radiator where I was working.
No way. Where you had just gotten down from.
Huh?
Where you had just gotten down from.
Yeah, I just get down from it.
Oh my goodness.
But I was over at my toolbox stuff.
Yeah.
Stuff to do what I was going to do.
Yeah.
But
by the grace of God.
I didn't know what I was going to do.
Right.
Because my next job was taking the radiator off and put a new one on.
Well, you didn't have to do that anymore, did you?
Huh?
You didn't have to fix that radiator after it came in. It was gone. Oh, jeez. Oh,
but the reason I can remember this, so the first week, I should say, I was in the Army. All these things happened.
Yeah.
And I didn't know what to think about it.
Right, sure.
But I still got out without a scratch.
Yeah, thank God. By the grace of God, Pap. That's because you had to live to have 7 children.
The one thing that I forgot to tell you, when I was still in New Jersey, getting onto the boat to go across, I got a letter from my brother Earl, who had already been in the Army. He was on the back home minus an arm.
Minus an arm.
The tank that he was in got hit with some kind of a shell or something. And out of the 7 people in it, he was the only one that come out alive.
Oh, wow.
But all he did was he lost his right arm. So.
Well, thank God for that. Yeah.
Well,
and he went on to live.
And then after the war was all over, we got back home. Dad had already had his garage there when we went in.
Yeah.
Earl and I built another garage right beside his, where where the apartments were.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it was all in my name because Earl, because of his
disability
and stuff. Yeah. Couldn't have his name on
it.
So
Right.
it was all Merle Butterworth. But Earl actually
ran the business.
He ran it, and without his right arm.
Yeah.
He did most of the work.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
He was although I don't, in my opinion, he did a lot of things wrong.
Yeah.
But he ran the business.
Yeah. He knew the business end of it.
Then he was only 55 years old. He died. And that put the whole business onto me.
Yeah.
So
I hear you.
I had to run the shop then and run the sales.
Yeah.
But
that wasn't your forte.
I got by for quite a few years. But as long as Earl and I were together, every year I had to go to the bank and borrow money. And during the year we'd get this paid part to go down. But we was always in debt. When I took over the business, I never borrowed another nickel.
Yeah.
I paid that back when I went out of the business. I had everything paid off.
Yeah.
I didn't owe anybody anything.
Yep.
But I didn't have anything either.
Right. No, but that was the way America was supposed to be.
That was my way of doing it. I didn't work on somebody else's money.
Right. I worked on your own. Yep. You didn't take any?
Probably if I did it Earl's way, I'd have been still in the business.
Yeah. paying off debt.
Actually, for 2 years, I had lost money.
Yeah.
I hadn't made any money.
Right.
I lost.
But you never borrowed again.
I was still
surviving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I still had some money in the bank when I pulled out.
Oh,